Cat says hi, everybody. Man, he's loud. Got some basil and oregano. We're just gonna put through the herbs right away, so get that going. First things first, hash browns. Some containers. Some veggie pakora. Some tomatoes. Veggie pakora, tomatoes. Definitely put this away. And this away. And this away. And that way we've got stuff put away. Now we've got this, right? This is a little sunflower, organic. I'm not sure what this is. Sunflower by Terra. So it's organic, so we use the organic sunflower. Put that much through it. I'm gonna get out a couple of Impossible burgers. And we're gonna make up a really nice meal. But first, hash browns. Little seasoning. Now the wife didn't want that, so we'll go with this one this time. She'll love this. It's fine. A little dash of this. Absolutely. Yummy. Little dash of black pepper. Fresh cracked black pepper. Okay. And again, a once over. And there you have it. Evenly spread. Perfectly, didn't touch it, I shook it. And now, last and final seasoning. This is just to give that perfect je ne sais quoi. I'm just reading about the Napoleonic War, and boy, stuff really isn't that far apart, and history is much easier to understand than one thinks. It's that they don't want you to understand, right? So, does anybody know how long the War of 1812 was? It's an interesting war. Britain didn't want it known for what it was truly known as at the time. It was Canada and Britain versus America in the War of 1812. Canada had to befriend the Brits in order to defend against America. 8,600 Britons and Canadians lost their lives in the Great War of 1812. While 15,000 Americans lost their lives. And they decided to, the Treaty of Ghent was created, and it happened in 1815. It was May or June of that year. So we waged war with America for 3 years. And America withdrew their forces, and we consider it a win for our defense, and America a loss because they tried to invade. So, screw you, America. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. No, but for real, like, does anybody actually know that stuff? Do you know why we went to war? America was trying to conquer everything west, and east, and north. And then they came across this wonderful great land of Canada, who was already in, Canada was already a place, right? Now we're talking about truth and reconciliation now at this point. So what happened next is even worse than what happened. Do you know three of the outcomes? Sorry, let me explain this part. What do you guys know any of the outcomes of the Great War of 1812? One of the biggest outcomes that is very tragic is the great people that settled and lived on the land here in Canada and the States. They were uprooted from where they had spent eternity, and they were forced out of their communities due to you couldn't grow any food there. It was a battlefield, right? So they waged war on land that wasn't theirs, and it forced the indigenous population, the First Nations, the great people of the land, off of their homes. That's horrible. So now, back in the day, there was 10% of Manitoba was owned by the state, we'll say, the British, right? I don't know if you guys understand anything, but this is the facts. And 90% was owned by the Indigenous, the First Nations, the great people of this land. After those wars and as time went on, the British now own, the state owns 90% of the land here in Manitoba, and the Indigenous, the great people that once owned all of Canada, now only own a fraction of Manitoba, 10%. That statistic alone is horrifying. That means that bullies came and conquered while the rest of the world idly stood by. Now we have a group of people called the Axis of Allies. They should be renamed to bullies. It's a well-known fact that the Vikings were here way before Columbus. Way before Columbus, there was already indigenous people here. You guys ever heard of Leif Erikson? Have some of you actually got a mind of your own? Leif Erikson came 1,000 years, 600-800 years before Columbus. So, when you think you learn history, just remember it's a history that can be taught to anybody. Because of the church and state that you live in, they can force feed you lies. Of lies. And this is the way people grow up ignorant. This is the way people grow up and don't understand truth of actuality. You believe in this make-believe world Mr. Dressup created for you when you were 4 in 1980. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, man. It's great to have an imagination, but when you let it run wild, it should be for the right reasons, right? Oh, what's my garden going to look like in 6 months? Or, you know, having a goal, a dream, putting that forward and imagining what you could possibly get done successfully. That's cool. But when you daydream and then you get it off in your pea brain that this is how it's going to be and this is what really happened, boy, do you ever sound like an idiot at a table with, at a table with people, scholars, real true scholars, right? Not cool, folks. So we're washing our spinach 2 or 3 times here. We take serious care in washing this. Soaked it, rinsed it, lightly squeezed it, picked out a whack of slimy stuff. There wasn't that much. I got like a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of little pieces. But this helps let you see what's slimy. You put a lot of water in a big bowl. And the bowl is big enough so that the spinach leaves can really separate and mingle and float to the top. Fill it up as much as you can, and you can see these little buggers, the little pieces kind of float right to the surface. Pick them right off. You see a nice fresh crisp leaf. It's trying to pop off the side. Chuck it back in, right? Push down on the big pieces of lettuce, and these little buggers just float to the top. You see them there? Pick them out. Your wife's gonna love ya. So once you get all that did, still see a couple pieces. We're still picking. Picking. The hash browns are nearly complete. I gotta get the Impossible Burgers out. Veggie pakora. Never fried it before. Not going to start today. We're going to put it back in the fridge, in the freezer. We'll bake that off in the oven another day. Where are my Impossible burgers? Good. So, Impossible burgers. Grab the salad, put this in the recycler. Garbage recycling in a couple days. Long weekend this weekend, so planning on taking my wife to a nice restaurant. Haven't told her yet, but we'll get our YouTube paycheck in a couple days. So it doesn't cost that much to go to a nice restaurant here. We're not going to like some stupid billionaire restaurant. We're going to a restaurant for 30 and 40-year-old people, you know, that can afford to eat. Right? We're not like eating anything out of our means. Going for a nice salad, entree, and a main. I don't even know what stuff is. We're going for food, like 3 or 4 different plates of food. Small, medium, and large. Unhealthy, a little bit healthy, and then super unhealthier. Okay? Somebody else gonna cook. I'm gonna love it so much. It's gonna be epic. I'm gonna hold my wife's hand. I'm gonna get them to bring some candles. I'm gonna lie and tell them it's her birthday. I want free cake. I have to say it's my birthday. She will have no part. She'll be like, we just need to see your ID, ma'am. She'll lose it. She'll start crying. She'll be like, it's not my birthday. He's a liar. She'll freak out. She'll blow her cover. We'll get kicked out of Smitty's. You know what I'm saying? Again. I only got allowed back there. My 5-year ban is finally up tomorrow. All right. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Smitty's, but if you want diarrhea, there's some good restaurants in the city to just absolutely grab some diarrhea from. Smitty's, I never ate there. I played slots there, but I had a dirty cup of water from there, so I don't know. And this bouncer came over and tried to intimidate me. I mean, I wasn't having any of that. I was there with 2 chicks, and he came there trying to fight me. One of those chicks was my wife. And I couldn't oblige him. I wanted to. I wasn't really in the mood, but I would have. I was super ready and gung ho, but again, I'll say it with the wife. So I don't know if you all have a wife, but it's not like going out with the boys. You know what I mean? It's much different. Much different. My wife has never tried to get me laid, you know? There wouldn't be really much need to try. So, I mean, have you seen me? Folks, have you seen all this? Now that we finished this delicious cooking show, I'll be right back with another banger. We're going to plate up, I've got to make the burgers, right? So burgers and protein shakes and tea. Protein shakes, burgers, and tea. And vitamins. No vitamins in me today, so we have to get that. Plate nice and big. This will be for some sort of accoutrement. There. And what are we doing next? Lay burgers, huh? this, squeegee that, rinse that off. The counters all did. Okay, hash browns should be ready. 10 or 15, maybe 20 seconds. We're going to slap them on high, just momentarily, and let that finish off. Wipe our plate down, pop the hash browns on there, get the burgers going. Burgers take about 10-15 minutes from beginning to end. You got some bread there. We'll put a piece of bread, some ketchup, mustard, relish. It's super tasty bread. It's soft bread. It tastes perfect. Okay? And the burger and the salad and the hash browns, really, really good food. Really, really tasty food. Hearty meal. If you're trying to cut back on how much you eat, it's good to eat at about between 11, 12, and 1 p.m. and then have a secondary meal after that. The reason is, well, you're breaking the fast. You're still eating in the morning. 10:30, 11 in the morning is pretty good time. If you wait till 12 or 1, that's a little bit too late depending on what time you wake up. I always try to start off with some fruit in the morning. Nothing wrong with having veggies for breakfast too, though. So the hash browns are did. We're going to reduce. You can see some of them turning a little bit golden everywhere. What you don't want is these golden ones to then start to burn, right? So you want to cap the heat back to medium, 30, 50, 60 seconds, and away she goes. You're going to add some seasoning to your salad here. I'll do that on the next stream. I don't mind seasoning the salad on stream. The hash browns can get plated, and then we'll bop and drop out of here. Just bear with me here. We're going to pop a plate here. Hash browns are going to go on here. And then you guys are going to say bye, and we'll be right back with another banger. As you know, we're approaching 21,500 videos or more. I don't really keep track. I got a bunch of videos to post. Some casino slot videos, a few cooking videos, a few unboxing videos, a few nature videos, a few gaming videos of PUBG, a few Fallout Shelter videos, and then I'm going to do a little bit of something different that I haven't done. I have to wipe down the microwave almost instantaneously after this stream. That's okay. So we'll get that did. I'll check on these hash browns here. They're perfectly cooked. I'm just going to go a hair longer on super high heat. How many burgers do we have left here? 3, we're going to put 2 of them. There's a sale at Sobeys for 6 burgers. It was $15 or $16. We had to scoop that. Each burger was $2.50. That works out to. It's a very good deal. $2.50 for I'm going to say a quarter pound burger. I don't know. 680. Call it 600 divided by 6 is 200 is 100 each. And then you got the 80 left over. You're getting 112. It's a quarter pound. You're getting a quarter pound burger 6 times. So you get 1.5 pounds for 6. That's making sense. It's just a little over 1.5 pounds of plant-based meat for what did I say? $15, $16. But they're individual burgers ready to go. So you pay more when it's not in when it's like that. When they're individually, you pay more for a single burger. So add the 50 cents to each one. You don't have to form the patties, and they're already made. You didn't have to touch it. They're ready to go frozen into the pan. Psh, that's a steal of a deal. Okay? Yeah, of course I would like it cheaper. Of course. There's many people that can't afford that. Okay? We need to do better, right? Canada, Winnipeg, everywhere. But for now, I pop these in, and we're going to start the next stream here, okay? With my toes and the women's onesie. You know, I never get a hard time wearing a women's onesie. Wonder why.